So look, as we was just talking about, right? So this is why you can never, this is why you're not spiritual, right? You can't, you always distract yourself. You see what I'm saying? So you take the time out to go out to the club, you go eating, you know what I'm saying? You watch people on YouTube, right? And you never really had the time for yourself. The problem with that is, right? You would never understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because you split up your time. You know what I'm saying? So you could say, okay, you know, I'm spiritual, or you want to be spiritual, right? But yet and still you go play the game for about 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? Then you go, what you go do, you go roll up, smoke, you talk on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Distract yourself even more, you know what I'm saying? And what else you do? You go, even if you working out, you know what I'm saying? You hooping, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, right? Things could be good. These things could be good for you, working out and hooping. But if you never really take the time out for your mind, you feel what I'm saying? You're gonna stay in these same positions, right? So you'll never understand it, right? When you open a book, it bores you because you're so used to distracting yourself. You feel me? You immediately go back to YouTube, right? It's like it's embedded in you. You can't disconnect from the matrix, right? Because you don't know how. Because what you have been practicing every day, your everyday rituals are there to only distract you, right? So you are a walking distraction. This is why you procrastinate so fucking long and you never get shit done. And when you do get it done, it be the last fucking second. You know what I'm saying? You never you never really wanted to know about spirituality. Let's keep it real. I'm just gonna say that so you hear the message, right? You can hear a message, right? And then right after this message, you finna go throw on what you finna go throw on some Kaylani and disconnect. Literally. This is the problem, right? You never play music that doesn't have any lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So you always got somebody subconsciously whispering in your motherfucking ear. And listen, when you stop playing the music, right? When you stop playing the music with the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? You start to understand that your mind is going to create a song within itself. So you limit your creation by constantly listening to somebody. You constantly got to have somebody in your ear distracting you. So you wonder why you never really get on a roll in your life. The wheels could never turn if you distracted, right? If you not on track, how in the fuck could you ever get on a roll?
She derailed.
So you part-time doing this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And so what I mean by that is you go into motherfucking rest mode immediately right after you fucking stop watching YouTube videos, and you know what I'm saying? You don't question, why is this happening in my life? How is this gonna make me elevate? You don't question nothing in life. You know what I'm saying? You look at life like, oh, these are my, you don't think that fucking, let me just tell you this, right? When you don't open your mind to as many things as possible, you know what I'm saying? You limit the consciousness or the God aspect that you could reach. So what you doing, right? When you disregard these things or start thinking that shit is fake, right? What you doing is you're subconsciously resonating with fear. Now let me repeat that. You subconsciously start resonating with fear. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's impossible. It can't be. You know what I'm saying? And so if that shit turned out to be a reality, it would scare the fuck out of you because it's outside your paradigm, right? Bro, get the fuck out of here. What you do is, right, you start playing movies that are more realistic, distracting yourself even more. Thing is, right, y'all niggas be around 76 different motherfuckers talking about some you spiritual. You can never ground yourself or become spiritual with all them damn voices in your head, man. Stop playing. Every time you want to make a decision, you sitting there thinking about if you making the wrong decision. You can't stop thinking about another motherfucker thinking about you. You can't stop thinking about if they think you're a bad person, that's the problem with your motherfucking ass, right? You never really, this is what I'm talking about. You can't develop a mind for yourself because you constantly thinking about another motherfucker and how they thinking. So now their subconscious mind is in your motherfucking head. So when you wanted something in life, like let's say you wanted a relationship, for instance, right? And you got to the person that you wanted to talk to, right? You finally walked into their life, right? They walked into your life, right? And now you can't even connect with that person because you have built, these people have helped you establish who you are today, right? And so if they never was real with you, you're going to come off as a synthetic motherfucker that's not real, right? And so they have given you false representation. They have failed to represent you the right way. That's what I'm trying to say. You start to become more gullible, right? Because you sitting around taking advice and listening to 54 motherfuckers who haven't found themselves. You know what I'm saying? So who are they taking advice from? And then who are they taking advice from? And so you never really understand yourself fully and your full potential. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm be like, oh yeah, you've got nice boobs. But really, you are a smart motherfucker. And so you never develop anything in school because you thinking about your boobs. This is why you are not confident. This entire time, you've been distracting yourself from yourself. When somebody says something bad about you, you was like, oh, this mother got to be negative. And it's like, no, you been around too many motherfuckers that haven't been telling you the truth. And you developed psychosis. You know what I'm saying? And you developed all of these fucking personality disorders because you had, look, this is why you have personality disorders, right? Because you put these motherfucking people in front of you a lot of the time, right? So you value what they say more than what you say, right? You know what I'm saying? And so this disorder is because you haven't put that shit in order. You know what I'm saying? It's a disorder. You feel me? You put them in front of you, that's disorderly. You feel what I'm saying? Your feelings is supposed to come first. Not the way the fuck these niggas feel about how you should dress today. What the fuck is that? So now that you value what the fuck they say more, you feel me? You wearing shoes that you would have never worn a day in your life. You driving cars that is outside your budget range. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing with yourself? How are you, like, you feel me? So, you, like I said, this is more distraction. Like, when the fuck are you going to take time to understand you? And what I mean by that is, you got to go back and see what your people was doing and accept that, right? And learn to change that. Don't distract yourself and be, I don't want to be nothing like them. And don't know shit about them, really. So check this out, right? A lot of motherfuckers be like, oh yeah, cut your parents off. Don't fuck with them. But fuck with your ancestors. How in the fuck does that make sense? It really don't make sense when you think about it. Because these are your ancestors, right? Though they may have toxic ways, you know what I'm saying? There is a certain way that you should conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that these motherfuckers should be in your face at every moment, but there are certain things that you should communicate with your parents about on the spiritual aspect of life. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is, have they ever seen ghosts? Do they believe in that shit? You know what I'm saying? Have they ever had some paranormal shit happen? You feel me? These are questions that you want to ask your people. Has there been some psychosis going on in my family? Are there people that do stuff to people? You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? This is things that have there ever been people that have stabbed people in the back that that would be a familiar spirit or energy that, you know what I'm saying, I would be subjected to having in my life, right? So if you had a certain type of friend that you used to fuck with, you know what I'm saying, I may fuck with the same type of energy because, you know, history repeats itself. So if you let me know what type of energy that nigga had, maybe I won't walk down that same path. You see what I'm saying? So whenever somebody say they ready to go do something, like let's do something that you have never done, you ready to just jump up and do it because you are excited to have something going on in your life. You feel what I'm saying? And so what happens is it turns out that it's not as fun as it would seem because you never really took the time out to learn yourself because you've been distracting yourself by thinking, oh, these things are going to make me happy if I go experience it. No, it's not. You first have to experience yourself and what's going on internally. There lies your rest. And so you will know in the direction you would need to go based off of how you feel internally, right?